All right, welcome to our explainer on a really fascinating part of Indian democracy, the judiciary. We're going to break down its role not just as a branch of government, but as the ultimate umpire in a very, very high-stakes game. So, let's kick things off with a big question. In this whole game of democracy, who actually gets the final say? Is it the team that makes the rules, the parliament, or is it the referee who guards the rulebook, the judiciary? This tension, you'll see, is right at the heart of everything. And that brings us to Section 1, the Great Balancing Act. So you've got two main players here. On one side, you have the parliament, our rulemakers. Now, they're elected by us, the people, so they have the supreme power to make laws and even amend the Constitution. But on the other side, you've got the judiciary, our referee. Its job is to be the guardian of the Constitution, and it has the final say on whether the laws actually follow the rules. This is the foundation of Indian democracy, a really delicate system of checks and balances. Okay, so this delicate balance, it was put to the test almost right away, which brings us to Section 2, Round 1, the property conflict. Let's get into it. Back in 1950, the brand new Constitution guaranteed the right to property as a fundamental right. But pretty soon, Parliament wanted to bring in land reforms, and to do that, they had to restrict this right. Well, the whole issue ended up in the Supreme Court, which delivered a huge ruling. Parliament cannot take away any fundamental right, not even by amending the Constitution. And that single ruling, it basically set the stage for a massive constitutional showdown that went on for decades. And it all boiled down to one single critical question. Section 3. The fallout from this conflict led to probably one of the most important ideas in all of Indian law, what we call the basic structure doctrine. This is the ultimate rule. And the question at the heart of it all was this: what is the actual scope of Parliament's power? How far can it go in amending the Constitution? I mean, can it change anything? The answer finally came in the landmark year of 1973. This is where we get the famous Keshavandabarati case, which gave us a truly brilliant solution, the basic structure doctrine. The court basically said, okay, Parliament, you can amend the Constitution, but you cannot change or destroy its fundamental framework, its basic structure. So, in our game analogy, the referee laid down a set of golden rules that even the rule makers are not allowed to change. You know, this really gets back to what the judiciary was supposed to be. As one of the framers of the Constitution, Aladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, put it, the judiciary is there to interpret the Constitution, not to act like some kind of super legislature. Its job is to be the umpire, not to start making the rules itself. Okay, so the court wasn't just a referee in fights between the government branches anymore. Its role started to evolve, to get bigger, which brings us to Section 4, the People's Watchdog, and the rise of judicial activism and public interest litigation, or PIL. Yeah, through this evolution, the courts really transformed. They weren't just a neutral referee anymore. They became this active, proactive watchdog for the people's rights, especially for the most vulnerable people in society. So how does this actually work in practice? Well, here's a simple way to think about it, especially for your exams. Think of a public interest litigation, a PIL, as a kind of public whistle. It's a tool that any citizen can use to get the referee's attention when they see some foul play happening against people's rights. The process is actually pretty straightforward, but so powerful. Step 1, there's some foul play, someone's rights are being violated. Step 2, anyone can blow the whistle by filing a PIL, even if you're not the one being directly affected. And Step 3, the referee intervenes. The court steps in to make sure justice is done. And let me tell you, the impact of this public whistle has been absolutely huge. Through PILs, the courts have made rights meaningful for people who had no voice. We're talking about cases that address the blinding of inmates by police, horrible working conditions for laborers, and the exploitation of children. So these aren't just abstract legal ideas, they are real-world wins for justice. So what's the takeaway here? Well, as we head into our final section, it's pretty clear that this game between the parliament and the judiciary, it's still very much being played. And it's so important to understand this, that tension, that back and forth between the rule makers and the referee, it's not a bug in the system. It's actually a fundamental feature. It's what keeps our democracy healthy and stops any one institution from getting way too powerful. In fact, the source material puts it perfectly. It says that democracy hinges on the delicate balance between the power of the judiciary and the parliament. Yeah, that delicate balance, that constant push and pull, is what ensures power is always in check. It's literally the foundation our democracy is built on. And that's our look at the judiciary's role as the ultimate umpire. Now, to really nail this topic and get totally exam ready, you have to review the other parts of this chapter. If this helped you out, please hit that like button, share it, and leave a comment. And definitely don't forget to subscribe to the A1 Institute YouTube channel for more. Thanks for watching.